Hello and welcome, my dear friend. This message is landing in your hands at the exact second heaven allowed it. And if you have been feeling pressure around your job, your income, or the direction of your career, you are about to understand why. Here is the truth. Most people never realize. When God wants to shift someone's life, He does not always start with relationships or emotions. He starts with the area that shapes your daily reality, your work. And if this message reached you now, it is because your work has been sitting under a spiritual spotlight for weeks. You did not have the language for it, but you felt it, the restlessness, the tightness in your chest before you clock in. The sense that something is off, even when nothing looks wrong on paper. The late-night thoughts about quitting right before convincing yourself to stay. The loss of motivation that does not match the amount of effort you keep pouring in. This is not burnout or laziness, and this is absolutely not about you being ungrateful. This is divine interference. Because when heaven wants to move you, it starts by making the old place feel too small for you to fit in anymore. Chosen ones, please hear me. God has been watching the way you carry yourself. Even in environments that no longer feed you. He has seen you giving your all in places that barely see you. He has seen the way you hold in your frustration and still show up with integrity. He has heard the quiet, "Why am I still here?" that you whisper in the car before walking into your shift. Today is when heaven answers you. If this message is already speaking to your spirit, take 1 second and give it a like, so it travels to the people who need it. That small action is how these messages reach the rest of the chosen ones searching for clarity right now. My dear friend, your job has been under spiritual review, not because you are failing, not because you are doing something wrong, but because the way you have been working, the honesty, the effort, the discipline, has produced something heaven refuses to let go to waste. You have been operating with excellence in a place that does not recognize excellence. You have outgrown systems that refuse to grow with you. You have become trustworthy in an environment that no longer deserves what you carry. That is why the pressure has increased. That is why your patience has been thin. That is why the smallest things have been irritating you more than before. That is why your spirit keeps whispering, "There has to be more," because there is more. Let me make this part unmistakably clear. You know those days when everything at work suddenly feels heavier? Tasks that once felt simple now drain you. People you used to flow with now feel distant. You look around and see yourself doing the work of 3 people with the recognition of none. That is not random. That is spiritual misalignment showing itself in daily life. God is letting the ground beneath your feet get uncomfortable, not to punish you, but to move you. Chosen ones, there are conversations happening about your name that you know nothing about yet. Someone is observing your work ethic. Someone is quietly impressed by your consistency. Someone has noticed that you carry something rare, something that cannot be taught or imitated. And while you are thinking about bills, stability, and next steps, heaven is already rearranging the pieces of your story. Your job is not just a job. It is the platform where God will reveal the next version of you. For some of you, this means elevation where you currently are. For others, new doors in places you never applied. For some, a shift into an entirely new field you never imagined. And for a few, God is preparing to build something through you that does not exist yet. But all of it begins with this. Heaven refuses to let you stay somewhere that keeps your spirit small. You have been giving more than you are receiving, carrying the weight without the title, solving problems without the credit. You have been the stability of an entire team without being acknowledged as the reason it functions. And God is saying, "I saw every moment you thought no one noticed." Chosen ones, listen closely now. Your financial atmosphere is shifting, not because you forced it, but because heaven has decided the season of being undervalued has ended. This is why your emotions have been unpredictable at work. This is why your spirit will not let you settle. This is why the job you once tolerated now feels too tight, too loud, too small. Your environment is shrinking because your calling is expanding. And when calling expands, God begins to rearrange everything connected to your provision. Your income, your positioning, your stability, your opportunities. Something is moving, something is aligning, something is breaking open. And the shift will not be subtle. Let us walk even deeper into what is unfolding around you right now, because the shift you are stepping into is not emotional hype. It is structural. It is happening in places you cannot see yet, and it is about to manifest in a way you will not be able to ignore. You have been operating with a kind of strength that most people do not understand, showing up on the days you felt empty, finishing tasks even when your spirit wanted to be anywhere else, carrying teams, deadlines, pressure, all while pretending everything was normal. But heaven did not miss a single moment of that. And now that your calling is expanding, God is beginning to send signs, subtle at first, that your season is shifting. If you look closely, you may have already noticed them. Things that used to work smoothly suddenly feel heavy. People who once relied on you seem distant or unpredictable. The atmosphere feels unfamiliar, almost like you are standing in a hallway between two doors. One closing, one not yet opened. And here is the truth many of you need to hear. You are not losing your motivation. You are losing your tolerance. You are losing your tolerance for being undervalued, for being underpaid, for being overlooked, for being surrounded by people who do not see what God placed inside you. Heaven is lowering your tolerance, so you cannot settle in a place that was never meant to hold your next chapter. My dear friend, this part matters. When God shifts your work, He does not just change your job, He changes you first. He widens your capacity, sharpens your discernment, strengthens your voice, deepens your clarity, and then He adjusts your environment to match it. That is why things feel tight. That is why conversations at work feel different. That is why you sense a kind of spiritual tension every time you walk into the same familiar building. It is not anxiety. It is not you overthinking. It is alignment pushing against limitation, and alignment always wins. Some of you will notice this next piece very soon. People at your job are about to treat you differently, not because you changed anything, but because your spirit changed. Your presence carries weight now. Your boundaries are clearer. Your patience has a backbone. Your silence has authority. Your ideas feel sharper. Your energy feels more focused. You do not have to announce elevation for people to feel it. Elevation broadcasts itself, and that is exactly why certain individuals around you may start acting strangely, distancing, criticizing, or suddenly becoming overly curious about your moves. It is not because they know what is coming. It is because they can feel the atmosphere around you shifting before you do. God is lifting you, and the shift is leaking through your energy. Chosen ones, let me speak directly into the area you have been wrestling with most, your provision. For too long, you have been trying to stretch just enough into more than enough. You have been doing mental gymnastics every month, trying to make numbers line up that were never meant to line up without God's intervention. You have been carrying financial pressure that does not match the amount of responsibility you have taken on. But hear me, heaven is upgrading the source, not the struggle. God is not asking you to work harder. He is positioning you to work wiser, to work in alignment, to work where your gift is recognized, not drained. And that is why everything in your spirit has been saying, I cannot stay here forever. That whisper is not fear, it is prophecy. Let me give you a picture of what is unfolding. For some of you, conversations are happening behind closed doors about your value. Meetings you are not in, decisions you do not know about yet, shifts you will not hear until they reach you. For some, someone with influence has already noticed your work and is preparing to open a door you did not ask for. For others, God is preparing you for a sudden opportunity, the kind that appears out of nowhere but fits perfectly with everything you have been carrying. And for a powerful few, God is calling you into a level of creativity, leadership, or independence that you never imagined you would step into. Something that does not exist yet, because you are the one meant to build it. Please listen to me, because this part is important. Your patience was not wasted. Your loyalty was not invisible. Your quiet endurance was not ignored. Heaven has been storing every moment of it. And now that your calling has expanded, God is aligning your work with your worth. A raise will not fix what you are feeling. A title will not fix it either. Because what is shifting is not a position. It is identity. You are becoming someone who cannot fit into small roles anymore. Someone whose voice carries solutions. Someone whose presence changes the stability of a room. Someone whose gift creates opportunities simply by being fully expressed. This is why God is rearranging your work environment, not to create instability, but to create momentum. God is placing you where your value is undeniable, where your gift is needed, where your presence is honored, where your work is recognized, where your income reflects the weight of what you carry. And when it lands, when the door opens, when the opportunity appears, when the shift becomes visible, you will look back at this season and realize heaven was not breaking you. Heaven was building you. And now you are ready. Before you go, if you would like to sit in this same peace a little longer, I have created a place for that. My second channel, Simplified Serenity. It is filled with worship instrumentals made for prayer, meditation, and stillness. A quiet space for your heart to breathe, rest, and connect with God. Just tap on the playlist on your screen. I would love to see you there.